Yesterday, in my thought for the day, I spoke about new things, about how they can be hard, but how God wants to do a new thing in your life and in mine, in the church and in the world. He wants to do a new thing so that what is can be transformed into something closer to what he designed it to be. Today, I want us to think a little about old things. It would be wrong of us to assume that new things are always good and old things are always bad, or vice versa. Whilst God does want us to move on to help us to grow and learn and flourish, the key is to be able to hold on to the old things which bring life and let go of those that hold us back. And sometimes the things that are holding us back today are the things that really helped in the past. This was true of God's people in the Old Testament too. Among the prophets we find a few passages that suggest the sacrifices of the past were no longer what God wanted. There's this one, for example, from Amos 5. God is speaking through the prophet. I despise your religious festivals. Your assemblies are a stench to me. Even though you bring me burnt offerings and grain offerings, I will not accept them. Though you bring choice fellowship offerings, I will have no regard for them. Away with the noise of your songs. I will not listen to the music of your harps. But let justice roll on like a river, righteousness like a never-failing stream. Now, it's important we remember that it was God who started the sacrifice system. He asked his people to do this thing, and yet by the time of the prophets, it all seems to have changed. The old thing is no longer what God wants. He's telling them to stop. Why is that? Actually, it's quite simple. The sacrifices of the people, they were supposed to help them draw near to God. The law which God gave them and everything around it, it was in place to help the people live the sort of lives that God created them to live. And the reason God tells his people through Amos and others that he doesn't want their sacrifices anymore is because they'd stopped drawing close to him. They carried on with all the rituals, but then they went out and lived their lives for themselves rather than God. Immoral, wicked lives. The sacrifices still happened, but they'd lost their purpose. And this, then, I think, is the way we know whether it's time to give up the old thing for something new, or whether we should stick with the new thing we've started. Is this still helping us draw near to God? Is this still helping us fulfill his mission in the world? If the answer is yes, then great, crack on, carry on. It doesn't matter if you've been singing Shine, Jesus, Shine non-stop for the past 33 years, or Be Thou My Vision for even longer than that. If it still helps you draw near to God, then it is a wonderful thing. But if a song, a habit, something you do each day or week in, week out, something that the church does regularly, if these things no longer help you draw close to God, if you're doing them because you want to do them rather than because you want to draw near to the God that they're for, if the thing has become more important than growing to be more like Jesus through the thing, if the activity of the church is more important than helping to bring his kingdom through it, maybe then it's time to seek something new. The things we do for God must never take the place of the relationship we have with him.